Welcome back, class team. We have already started the topic eye. In the previous video, we learned about the protection and the external structures that provide protection to the eye. And today here we'll be learning about the different eye walls, different structures that are found inside the eye. Now you need to understand here, student, that the study of eye is referred to as ophthalmology. So that is why if someone has problem with the eye, he or she has to look for the doctor, ophthalmologist. Okay, so the person who studies about the eye, they are usually called ophthalmologist. Now here, while studying about the internal structure of the eye, first we'll start with the eye wall. Okay, first we'll start with the eye wall. Now here you need to know that there are three layers in the eye wall. The outermost is what we call the sclerotic layer. The middle one is called the choroid layer, and the innermost is what we call the retina. Okay, so first we'll start with sclerotic layer, that is the outermost layer of the eye. The outermost layer of the eye, they are usually opaque, okay, and mainly responsible for providing protection to the inner wall of the eye. Okay, this sclerotic layer, they consist of two different structures, sclera and cornea. The sclera is often visible in front of the eye as the white of the eye. The white portion of the eye which you see, okay, in your mirror when you look at the eye, the white part of the eye is actually the sclera, which is usually opaque. Okay, and this sclera covers most of the posterior, okay, that is back portion of the eye. Okay, posterior part of the eye, and the main function of this sclera is to provide protection. And you need to remember here that this sclerotic layer is non-vascular. It is not supplied with any blood vessels. Okay, so this point you have to keep in mind. Then after that, what happens is that in front of the eye, okay, in the front part of the eye, this sclera bulges out a little bit. It bulges out and forms a transparent part of the sclerotic layer, okay, covering the colored part of the eye, that is the iris, okay, about which we'll discuss later. Okay, colored part of the eye is covered by this particular part of the sclerotic layer, which we call as the cornea. This cornea is usually transparent and it covers the colored part of the eye, okay, that is iris and pupil. Then again after that, you need to remember, as cornea is non-vascular, so that is why if suppose the cornea anyhow because of some reason becomes opaque, it can be removed and it can be transplanted by some donor eye. Okay, so grafting off, if you are asked about how is grafting off or cornea grafting is possible, that time you need to say that it is because cornea is usually non-vascular, so that is why its grafting is possible. Grafting is actually the transplant. Okay, now after that comes the function of cornea. Cornea is mainly responsible for bending the ray of light that enters into the eye, okay, so that the light can be focused, okay, meet right at the retina, about which we will discuss later. So simply to know about the function of cornea, it helps in the refraction of light that enters into the eye. Okay, so this is its function. Okay, function of sclera, it helps in the protection, okay, of inner wall of the eye. So just now we discussed about the outermost layer of the eye wall, that is sclerotic layer, or outermost wall of the eye, that is sclerotic layer. Now we need to start the second layer of the eye, which we call as choroid layer. Okay, choroid layer. This choroid layer is the middle wall of the eye. Okay, number one, it is middle layer. Okay, and the next important point is it is highly vascular, that is provided with large number of blood vessels. Okay, large number of blood vessels. So that is there. Then again, The main function of this choroid layer is, if you ask about the function, okay, if you ask about the function, what it does, okay, what it does is that it darkens the eye cavity and thus prevents the internal reflection of the light that enters into the eye. Okay, this is the main function of choroid layer. What it does, it prevents the reflection, internal reflection of the light, okay, which may blur the image, okay, that is usually formed inside the eye on the retina. Then again, so this is about, and then as we learned that this choroid layer is vascular layer, it is supplied with the blood vessels. So this choroid layer mainly nourishes the retinal cell or retina. Okay, this point also you can do. So two functions we came to understand here. The number one is that it darkens the eye cavity to prevent internal reflection of light. The second one we come to understand that it nourishes the retina as it is supplied with the blood vessels. So whatever the nutrition that is required by the retinal cell, okay, they are all provided by this choroid layer. Now after that comes choroid. Okay, then after that comes the choroid layer at the junction of, this is the junction of cornea and then sclera. At the junction of cornea and sclera, this choroid layer bends sharply, okay, to form the structure called iris from both the sides. You can see up and down, okay, leaving a small aperture in the middle which we call as the pupil. Okay, now you need to understand about the iris. So just now I told you that this iris is mainly formed at the junction of cornea and sclera. Okay, where what happens is that the choroid layer bends sharply to form iris, leaving a small from both the sides. Okay, leaving a small aperture in the middle which we call as the pupil. Okay. Then next thing is that regarding this iris is pigmented. Okay, it imparts different colors to the eye. Like if you talk about Ashura eye, it has this one. Ashura eye has green color eye. Yes or no? And again, Anglo people they usually have blue colored eye. Okay, that color of the eye is mainly because of the pigment that are present in iris. Okay. And the next important thing about iris is that it consists of two different types of muscles in it. Okay, let me explain it with the help of diagram. So this small hole which is present in the middle of the eye is the iris. Okay, then again is the pupil. We see the iris, the colored part of the eye. This colored part of the eye, that is iris, consists of two different types of muscles. Okay, one is called the dilator, which is radially present. Okay, dilator, and then the circular muscles surrounding the pupil is what we call sphincter. Sphincter. Okay, this dilator when constricts, okay, they increase the aperture of pupil, and when the circular muscle, that is sphincter, constricts, then pupil becomes smaller. Okay, so in this way, the amount of light entering into the eye is regulated by the iris. Okay, so the main function of the iris, just now we come to understand that it regulates amount of light entering into the eye. Because when you enter into a very dark room, that time maximum light should enter into the eye. Okay, so that time what happens is dilator constricts. As a result, what happens is that the pupil becomes larger and large amount of light enters into the eye. And when you go into the bright light, that time this sphincter constricts and as a result the pupil becomes smaller, okay, due to which very less amount of light enters into the eye. Okay, so iris we discuss about the function. Now the remaining portion we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you, students.